Love, a four-letter word. It's what makes the world go round. It bites. It is a many splendid thing. But what is it? What happens when you go to people and ask them?
I think it needs more defining.
I think that love in the romantic sense is an illusion.
Definition, opinion. I don't know. You might have to wait a minute. Seriously. I don't really have a definition for it. My opinion, though, I got an opinion on all kinds of things. They don't really amount to much, though.
It's kind of vague.
It means attachment. It means dependency. It means somebody looking for you to take care of them.
Well, liking someone to the point where you like risk their life for you or something like that. Showing respect to them.
I think love is like really complex and complicated and very like fluid. Like, I'm not sure exactly, because for me, what it means for me, I guess, I don't know like what love means like in general, but like what it means for me, I guess, it's just, I don't know, like the presence of like being like welcomed and accepted.
I think love is something that is interpreted kind of like, I don't know.
I don't know if there's any. I think the question would have to be defined more.
That's a hard question. To me, love is a combination of three things. It is temporary insanity mixed with lust and respect. And unfortunately, one person always comes to their senses, and love comes to an end.
I think, as corny as it is, I think that it is one of the purest forms of intelligence, of thought.
Let's see. Love is pretty much a feeling you get when you're around someone, you know. It's not necessarily a money thing or anything like that. It's just you like being around them. They make you happy no matter what mood you're in. It's pretty much just an infectious feeling.
Love is caring about someone in the way that means that you want them to be healthy before you want them to be happy.
We see things that trigger memories, things that we're conditioned to respond to, and it releases chemicals in our brain that alter our behavior.
Okay. I think it's something, it's like a chemical balance in your brain. It happens with hormones, but it's also something that's experienced differently by every individual.
And I think it's a drug.
You want them to take care of themselves and to know how.
It's a passing thing.
Probably once or twice, maybe 3 times, I'm not sure. Each time was very, very, very short, and because I think I'm just too intelligent and I've come to my senses a little bit quicker than most people do. Love in general depends on someone's point of view and their mindset, and reality hits me a little bit quicker and harder than most people.
I don't think so.
Maybe once or maybe twice, but that's about all I'm gonna say about it. I mean, maybe. Going back to my first, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't love. Maybe it was something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since you mentioned that you're doing a documentary about it, I started considering what being in love really is, and I almost associate it more with infatuation, because the only person that I really consider myself to be in love with all the time is her. Otherwise, I mean, I love a large number of people in many different ways, but it's not an active thing always.
No.
Lately, I think that I'd say I've finally maybe found love in myself. If you define love as something that requires someone else, then no, there's been plenty of lust and plenty of self-worth chasing in others.
Well, once I thought I was, and I'm currently in a relationship, but
I probably have to define love a little bit more, because there's something about being able to... Love is like the ultimate form of being able to express yourself without any fear of retaliation.
A couple times.
But to find a source of complete non-hate is extremely difficult.
Well, I've been in love with like different people. So the person I'm with, I'm in love with, but I've been in love with like a lot of people, so I guess I don't know.
Well, we don't exactly share the same feelings for each other, but you know.
No, not really. Am I still attracted to them? Of course, yes, very much so. In love with them? No. I've moved on with the thought of I don't really think it's important to have someone in my life to make myself feel whole. I think it's important to experiment in life and love many people. It makes you a better person.
I feel sad in the fact because people try to state that greed and hate are natural parts of being a human, and I have to disagree with that.
I mean, I don't know, like I've gotten my heart broken or whatever a lot, but I don't know, I mean, I think like time really heals things, and I don't know, like for me, like I know my feelings change like a lot, like it's very fluid for me, and I don't know, so I can kind of understand where people are coming from, but it still hurts a lot, like when people leave, but
I'd like to avoid it at all costs.
I've come to terms with that. I mean, through life. I mean, throughout my life, I've come to terms with it, I think.
I don't think, well, I love my mom, but not like that, but I don't think I'm old enough yet, and just haven't really had the opportunity to focus on school. So.
In general, most of the time I'm okay with it. Other times I'm bitter. I see other people who seem to be absolutely in love and cherish each other all the time. But I, in my own mind, know that they're exaggerating and showing off to the world what they think love is and what they've been told love is. But to me, it's more important to have friends and to experience life in general, have the ups and downs. And unfortunately, that includes some heartbreak.
awkward, because I don't think that that's usually what the usual people do.
I don't know. I mean, I don't feel bad or good. It's sort of the way I see the world of it's good to love people in general, as well as people in specific. But I don't feel like you have to be actively participating in that love all the time. It can just exist and make the world better in sort of a karmic way. Like, if I'm not in love with my husband right now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It can come back. It can go away. It can come back, over and over again. It's just loving someone. The action is different than loving someone in sort of a in love with romantic, doing all the little things sort of way.
How do you feel about any traumatic experience in your life?
You know, when you think that you've found that thing and it doesn't work the way you think it's going to work, or the way you've envisioned it to work, that can be a pretty powerful motivator, or even something deeper that can push you back and make you more hesitant to engage in that again. How I feel about it, I look back at those 1 or 2 times in my life, and I think they were great, and it'd be nice to have that back. But at the same time, things don't ever go back to the way they were. You never go back. You can't ever be what you were. That's always in the past. We're always kind of becoming. We're always moving forward. There isn't much of a going back. You can't deny the past, but you can't. You can't be there, so you can't dwell on it. And if you dwell on it, then that makes things, well, that brings about that suffering thing, pain thing. And it's better not to do that. It's better to just smile about it and move on.
You learn from it, you move on.
I think that unfortunately fear clogs the clarity of thinking, and the more chaotic things get, the more people grasp, when instead it's a matter of letting go and simply understanding that it's there anyways, that's there innately.
It's kind of depressing, but you know, after a while you get used to it. I mean, at least you get to hang around them.
And so the more that I see people losing sight of the fact that it's a matter of trusting yourself, and
You incorporate it into your experience, into your personality. It becomes a part of who you are.
it's a shame when the possibility of everyone experiencing a pure richness of love is constantly doused by a fear of lacking something.
I don't regret them. But from the other side now, I see them for what they were.
I'm getting there.
I think so. I'm very, very happy. I think anytime that I have attempted the whole love experience, I have not been very happy. And I am currently a single mother raising her child, focusing on work and success, and I feel very complete in that.
I can sense the obstacles that are between me and feeling happy.
Yes, very happy.
Ups and downs again on a daily basis. I'm happy and unhappy. Am I happy to live in a world that emphasizes love? Not so much. Am I happy to be who I am and have experiences of who I am? Definitely. Do I wish my heart wouldn't have been broken? Probably. But again, it made me who I am, made me the stronger person that I am today. And I hope that people someday will love me for who I am.
About enjoying my own existence. And the only reason why I use mine is because I happen to be singular from this side of the perception.
I mean, not like all the time, but like I'm pretty happy with my life, I guess.
For the most part.
That's kind of vague. Happiness, I mean, that's a vague question. I don't know. In one sense, I mean, in a sense of love, I think I'm fine with that. I have my moments where I'm absolutely not happy, and then I have those times where I'm perfectly happy where I'm at, or maybe I'm just content.
But there have been moments when those obstacles have stepped aside, and I can say that I have been truly happy for at least small moments.
Generally, yes.
That's about all you're gonna get out of that one, I think.
Immensely so. One of the big things that came from these experiences was a great deal of compromise, sometimes to the point where I completely lost myself. And now I feel that I've found myself again, and I'm getting my life on track, finally.
It's hard to keep that clarity of mind as you're constantly having to interpret all the things that happen to you every second.
Yes.
So what is love? Is it some wonderful, magical thing? Or is it nothing more than the brain being addicted to chemicals and endorphins? Do we have an answer? Will we ever?
Well, of all the nerve!